if you've listened carefully to interviews of Ruben Amorim, you might have heard him talk about the data indicating United are on the correct path, that there have been improvements. So, gents, I think we should take a look at some of the data. If he keeps alluding to it, it's only fair play. Improving in attack, I think we can safely say yes. They're first for shots per 90, expected goals, non-penalty expected goals, they're second. They're sixth for passes into the final third, passes into the penalty area, they're second, and touches in the penalty area, they are fourth. All up from last season, all right up there in terms of lead statistics. But less impressively, and this is more defensively speaking, 19th for shot conversion, same as it was last year, but 20th XG over underperformance, non-penalty goals conceded, they're 16th, and non-penalty goals conceded per 90, they are 20th. They rank bottom of the Premier League for that. Not pretty reading whatsoever, but using that data and your eye test, does Ruben Amorim have a point?
I think in terms of in the forward areas, I think there has been a definite switch and more positivity from United this season. I think they're getting the ball forward quicker, they're getting the ball in the box much more, and as importantly, there's much more players getting in the box to attack the ball. I thought we saw that quite a lot last week against Chelsea with, obviously there was 5-6 players in the box, scored 2 goals from crosses coming in off the second phase. So I think in terms of the positive play, they're looking better. I think we saw it on the first game of the season. There's a shift, but again, you can talk about stats all you want. You've got to put the ball in the back of the net, otherwise you're not going to win games.
That's exactly what Ruben Amorim was saying. That it doesn't matter about the data. Ultimately, you have to win games. That's what you're judged on. As I press play here, what do you like about Manchester United in an attacking sense? They're creating more so than before. They're just not finishing.
Look, we looked at the stats, and I'm looking at this piece right now. The reality is they brought in Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo. So Mbeumo and Cunha in particular have had a very good start, and they've got much more of a threat. They've also got Premier League pedigree. You've not got to wait for these players to kind of hit the ground running. So naturally, you are going to be creating more chances. You are, and I'd argue that even Mbeumo, although he's had a good start, he ain't really got going yet. You know what I mean? And the same for Cunha with the injuries, had a little bit of a break. So they're going to improve going forward because they've bought better players. But the reality is like Luke says, if you're not hitting the back of the net, then all those stats can just go out the window. Because that's what that's what being a professional is about, doing the right things in the right moments, making the right decisions at the right time. And if you're creating all these chances and you're missing them, it's no different to playing academy football. This is Manchester United we're talking about, and they've had an array of incredible centre forwards over the years that have hit the back of the net year after year, and they've got a couple up there now that need to step up and start taking this football club back to where they need to be.
When it comes to Sesko, yet to get off the mark for Manchester United, is it because of a lack of quality service to him? There's been plenty of balls played into the box, but quite often we're seeing that ball not beating the first man.
Yeah, and I think that obviously his debut against City, it was so one-sided. United hardly got in the opposition's box, let alone create many chances, so you can sort of understand that. Last week I thought what he did really well was stretch the game. Probably the first time for a couple of seasons where a United 9, a proper centre forward, is running behind and really pushed Chelsea back to create more space in the midfield areas. But again, a lot of balls went in the box. They scored 2 goals from crosses, but maybe for him, the quality wasn't there for him to get that first goal. And I think when he gets that first goal, he can be a really important player for United. He's got great size, he's got great spring, and he can really offer something different that maybe they haven't got in the squad at the moment.